Come on, Elon's a great man. What
It's
is your
just
problem with Elon Musk? What has Elon Musk ever done to you? Is the real question.
Elon has deprived me of one of life's greatest joys, which is the ability to watch Tesla Roadster Gen 2 fly down the Autobahn at what did he say? How fast did he say this car was gonna go? Like
I
six
don't know. When did
billion
he?
miles per hour?
Yeah, 6. When did he even say it was gonna? He was gonna make a Roadster Gen 2.
Oh, guy, was it like after? It was after the Model S, and it was before the Model Y, and I think I think it was probably like 20, somewhere between 2017 and 2019.
Elon Musk unveiled the next generation Tesla Roadster in November 2017,
Oh, look, there you are. That is
and
that
has
is between.
since and has since made several announcements about its progress and expected production. While initially planned for a 2020 release, the Roadster has faced multiple delays. Musk reiterated in 2014 that the vehicle is expected to begin production in 2025, with updated specifics,
Oh
promising
my God,
a sub 1 second 0 to 60. What the
sub one
and
second, dude.
sub,
See, this is my problem with fucking Elon Musk. He is like an obvious con artist. He is like an obvious con artist. I don't know a single vehicle that can even remotely go close to sub 1 second.
he says in 2017 he said he would do it in 1.9 seconds
Yeah,
and
and that was insane.
a top speed of 250 miles per hour and a 620-mile range. I don't think he has any vehicles that have a 620-mile range at all.
No, no, he doesn't. So here's the beginning, right? This was the disillusionment of Elon Musk because before the Roadster, if he had not announced the Roadster, it's very possible, probably not, but I would have remained a cautious optimist of his for a lot longer. You know, this is when he was selling the idea of like the full self-driving car, and we were gonna make the robo taxis way back in like 2019 or 2017. It was 2019, and um, and I wanted to make my own like personal. I had dreams of making my own personal fleet, before I decided to do any math, and before the age of math, which is highly ironic for me. But anyway, he was doing all this stuff, and then he announced this fucking Roadster, right? And it looked great, and it was like a sexy electric car with this insane amount of range and this like unbelievable specs, right? And then what he did is he did like a referral program because he's like 250 miles per hour for $250,000. And so he did this referral program to where if these YouTubers could sell, however many, like
No,
250 Model S's, right?
not okay. Yeah,
They could get one for free, right? Each Model S was like $1,000 referral. So if you added 250, then you could get it for free. And a lot of these YouTubers actually got to that number. They got 250 people. They conned 250 people accidentally or on purpose to buy a Model S. And then it was stripped away from them. Then they could no longer, like the referral program closed. It was like deleted like it never happened.
well, I mean, of course, because if the car doesn't exist, how the fuck is he supposed to deliver the
Yeah,
car
how are you
to
supposed
these
to
people
deliver a car that's fake?
that does
So
not exist?
every year was, it's not the top priority. We're working on it. Oh my God, it's going to be so fast. Ooh woo, ka-chow, you know. And then we're here, almost to the close of 2025. It has been fucking 7 years.
8 years.
8 years? No.
Yeah, November
Yes.
2017.
Yes.
Next month will
Yes.
be 8
8
years.
years. See, that's the math. When I think
Oh,
about
this month.
Elon,
Yeah, no,
I
next month. Yeah.
when I
Whatever
think
month
about
where we
Elon, I
release
lose my
this.
ability to math. So,
Yeah.
and no Roadster. No Roadster. Oh, wait, it's coming in. It's coming in
Well, look,
production.
he's been busy trying to go to the moon, making fancy robots, producing all these Tesla trucks. Which I when did he announce the Tesla truck? Hold
Oh
on,
my
I'll look
God.
at.
That was 2019. When
Oh
he
yeah,
announced, okay, so the Tesla truck was even worse, right? It was another shot in what would eventually be the corpse of my semi admiration for the company and for him
right.
as a person. So what happened with the cyber truck, right? The low poly Warthog, uh, was basically he makes this announcement. He says it's going to be like a futuristic cyber punk truck, and it was going to be, it was kind of, and people were expecting it to look kind of like a DeLorean, kind of Back to the Future-ish. And then he was like, "Oh, it's going to be a personal carrier," and people were like, "Oh, is it going to be like one of those like hoodless like personal carriers or carrier vehicles that they have in some kind of like mining sites and stuff like that?" And he released some images, some fake renderings of Mars. You know, his other massive con, which
Yeah.
is, he's releasing these like mock-ups. So that's all he ever has is mock-ups of these vehicles, and one of them looks like a personal carrier, like a space age, Martian personal carrier. And so when I saw that, I was like, holy shit, this is actually going to look really, really cool. And then, and then the announcement came. And then he released the refrigerator from hell. And I
The
honestly
cyber
thought
truck.
the cyberfuck, yes.
Actually, not
And
bad.
it was so bad that I remember when I watched it, when I saw it for the first time, I believe my exact quote is, "Oh my God, this is an abomination of God and affront to nature."
Yeah, I think that's what you said actually.
It's something very similar. I
And
remember
then
I
you
was,
said something about how the shape of it will allow for maximum carnage when striking a pedestrian or something along those lines.
that was
Because
years later.
you're fucking obsessed with pedestrians and bike lanes and gay shit like that.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know?
How dare I? I don't. I want my kids
Yeah.
to be able to get around town without a license or being killed. But like, I saw this shit, and I mean, that was like the end of the line. And then it was like a year later, it didn't come out. And then, because he's always says something ridiculous. He always is like, "It's coming out next Tuesday," you know, like a
Yeah.
fucking retard, like a
Didn't he
literal
also
retard
like? Didn't he
that
allow
is
people to like
illegally.
Didn't he allow people to prepay like $100,000 for this roadster too, or something like that?
Yes.
What happened to those people's money? I wonder. Did
Don't
they get
worry
it
about it.
refunded?
God, I hope. God, I hope. I mean, he's been sued so many times. I know the SEC, even the SEC had to back down because he had too much power leverage over the SEC. Because what he was committing, he was like committing, like, securities fraud, essentially. Because what
Yeah.
he would do is
Yeah.
he'd make this big bullshit announcement that was obvious supposed to drive up the price of the stock, and then he'd sell off the stock before it would plummet again, right? And then,
Yeah.
so he
He's
did that a bunch of
basically.
times. Oh, full self-driving is coming out next Tuesday. Oh, the following Tuesday. Oh, full self-driving is already out. You just don't know it. Boy, they. And so, like, I really, after the Cybertruck and after a few years after its announcement, and I noticed that full self-driving was never going to be a real thing, and the Cybertruck is retarded, and the Roadster was actually just straight up a con. Everything that came out after that, I was very, like righteously, angrily skeptical of. So, um, and uh,
Yeah.
you're a trucker. I think you would
Yeah. I knew the
understand.
truck. Look, I can explain really easily why the truck is horseshit will never work, right? So, like the Tesla Model 3 is a 3,800 pound car with a 1,200 pound battery. That's almost a third of the weight of the car. It has a 360-mile range, right? So, in order for you to get the same thing in a truck, right, it's an 80,000 to haul 80,000 pounds down the road. The battery is going to have to weigh around 25,000 pounds just in battery. That's not, and that probably would be roughly a third of the truck weight, close. So you're looking at a 70,000 pound truck in order to haul 10,000 pounds, because then you're 80,000 gross for 360 miles on a charge, plus the charge a 25,000 pound lithium ion battery to move 80,000 pounds for 360 miles is probably an insane amount of energy and an insane amount of time. You would have to have batteries in the undercarriage of the truck and the entire trailer, right? But Elon, I'll give it to you. He is like a securities fraud type. He makes these announcements, then he sells his stock. It's like he's pulling a Ramaswamy, you know?
Oh
Like Vivek
God.
Ramaswamy did the same thing with this fucking, what was it, like AIDS medicine or something that he like got it. His mom was involved in getting it past like stage 2 trials fraudulently, and then he sold his stock before it hit stage 3 trials, and they didn't pass stage 3 trials. So, like, he's basically Elon's like a South African Indian scammer, right? And I
So,
agree with you.
so my so
He,
like most of the rando conservative types, the grifters, they're committing many illegal things. I remember when everyone got behind Vivek for a minute. You know,
yeah,
he's like
yeah.
this contender. He was smooth spoken. He's had. You know what's
Well,
funny is he and
everyone
Elon
thought he
Musk
was a
are the
brilliant.
same. They're the same type.
Yeah, they
Musk
are. They
is
are.
a used car salesman by trade. Um,
Hmm.
Meaning you can only afford it if it's used, and it also just immediately breaks down. And then Vivek Ramaswamy sounds exactly like one. So like they're
No, he
basically
does.
the
They
same,
both.
one by
Yeah,
trade and one by mannerism.
yeah. Yes. Well, I mean, one by uh, uh, announcements of fake products that are never going to exist, and the other by fake pharmaceutical products that are never going to exist. So it's the same thing. It's the same act. And everyone did think Ramaswamy was this brilliant businessman because they didn't realize that he'd actually like basically robbed a bunch of boomers of their retirement accounts.
Which I mean, God bless him for that.
Yeah.
I mean anything to fight the boomers.
What
But
about Elon's robots? Those weren't even real, are they? They're like
the
remote
robots were
controlled or
fake.
something?
Oh yeah, yeah. The robots were fake.
Yeah.
The footage was fake. Basically every part of his company's fake. Oh, remember the solar roofs, dude? Do you remember those solar panel roof shingles?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, the whole fake set and all the paid people that were like specifically brought on to, gas up the product and all the fake houses with the fake roofs.
I'm pretty sure my cousin Dom has the roof and the power bank and a couple Tesla cars.
Yeah, well, a version of it eventually came out, actually. It just wasn't at all like the cell, like the presentation, it's not the super hyper durable roof or
It's
anything like
extremely
that.
expensive.
It is extremely expensive. I will give you that. I mean, he was right about how
Yeah,
expensive it would be.
yeah, he was right about that. But look, on the bright side, it'll pay for itself in 270 years, Alex. You're overreacting.
Oh, what will pay for it? Oh, you mean the roof? Yeah,
Yeah,
sure.
it
Yeah,
only
yeah,
takes
yeah.
270 years to pay for itself.
It's honestly it's honestly pretty crazy. You can see the power of his wealth that he's not in prison. That like he hasn't gotten in trouble for any of this. Because he is
No,
probably one of the greatest con men like most prolific con men that have actually reached, the status of richest man in the world. Like imagine if
Well, I think
Bernie
he,
Madoff was the richest man in the world.
yeah.
Like
Well,
imagine
I
if
think
those
he
two
was,
titles existed in
he,
one person. That's Elon Musk.
he, he was being investigated for it, and then he like bought an election, and now
Yeah, he bought an election and now he's not being investigated for it. He was actually
that's the
being
American
investigated
way.
by what was her name? Khan. All the conservatives hated her for literally no reason, even though she's like extremely well educated. She's like a professor at Columbia in New York. Uh, but she was like the head of the FCC or FTC or FTC.
FTC, Federal Trade Commission, yeah.
Her name's Khan something, Sarah Khan or something like
Con
that.
something. She's a con.
Yeah, well, and not that kind of con. That is only reserved for Elon Musk and his infinite bullshit promises. Remember when he was sued into buying Twitter because he couldn't fucking shut his mouth? He was
Yeah,
like, "Oh my God, I'm gonna buy it. Actually, I'm not gonna buy it. Oh my God, a court just made me buy it."
yeah. Can you imagine it being worth? What did he give for it? It's a ridiculous amount of money.
What do you mean? What did he get for it? Like,
What
how
did he
much did he
give
buy it
for it?
for?
Like
Oh, like
yeah, but a
$40 billion
lot.
dollars.
Yeah, but I mean, but people say, "Oh, Elon's so dumb." He spent $40 billion, but I'm like, yeah, he's so dumb, and all he got was all three branches of government. You
No,
know,
he's not dumb. No. He's not a dumb. He's not actually dumb at all. Like he is probably one of the most intelligent businessmen.
he's a brilliantest con man.
He is like
That
absolutely retarded,
look,
but with
nothing, no,
everything else. But also
nothing.
he managed to be the richest man in the world for a while until Larry Ellison briefly took the title. Um,
Yeah,
when he bought
look,
TikTok.
nothing is more American though than buying an election. This is capitalist America, and everything and everyone
Has a
is for
price.
sale.
Yeah, has
Yeah,
a absolutely, including the government. But anyway,
yeah. Oh,
I mean,
especially the government.
especially the government. Well, they say that anything in this country, everything is legal as long as you have the right permits and paperwork.
Yeah, it's
You
like I've
know,
always said forever is that the law really only applies to poor people.
so
Like if you can't
it's
afford to pay the lawyers and you can't pay the fines, then you go to jail. But if you have, like, if I have $20,000 in the bank, and that's not rich. But if I have 20 grand in the bank, that means that I can actually drive as fast as I want.
yeah. The fact that he's not in prison is a testament to his ability to like maneuver money and buy politicians and buy elections, and
By
and
influence.
by influence. So now he has X, you know, and
Yeah.
he has a lot of
Well, I mean,
influence still, and
everything here is for sale, including the country itself. I mean, it is like Trump is selling citizenship for $1 million.
yeah,
So, I mean, we're just like prostituting America
faster.
to the world.
Yeah, well, what
And
did you
Elon
expect?
Musk is prostituting his stocks, you know, and using the money he gains from prostituting his stocks to prostitute our government. There's a lot of whoring around going on. That's my point.
I think the semi truck thing is especially egregious because you're selling. He's trying to sell fleets to like large distribution companies. You know,
Yeah, but he hasn't sold any of them. They don't exist because they can't work because the weight of the truck plus the batteries leave you at $10,000 of cargo capacity.
no, he sold some to Pepsi, but I'm pretty sure that was a PR move. Like they know it's not like viable.
They sold Tesla trucks to Pepsi.
Yeah, I think Pepsi or Doritos or something bought like a few of the trucks. But like I said, I think mostly they bought it for marketing. Shit, he might have paid them to quote unquote buy it because it was just a push to get people to believe that this was a real product again. He does that every once in a while. He just like all of his product, when people ask too many questions, especially his like shareholders, he's just like, "Oh, actually, we're like next Tuesday." The next Tuesday bit was directly from Full Self Driving. Cause he like I think
Here,
last year he legitimately said like in the beginning of the year he's like, oh, we're releasing it's a full rollout of Full Self Driving to all of the cars that are compatible next Tuesday. He said the words next Tuesday, and it never happened.
next Tuesday. So
Next
look,
Tuesday.
PepsiCo. It looks like they put in an order for 100 of these trucks in 2017, and then they ordered another 50 trucks in 2024. So far, they have received 36 trucks.
Okay. And we know none of these trucks are like viable to like use.
But yeah, they could. They might have a 300-mile range, hauling 10,000 pounds, and then recharge for 8 hours.
I mean, yeah, you
You
can
know,
use them, but they're not like good. They're not good vehicles. They're not like viable to
well,
actually
I
like do
mean,
anything.
they look cool. They haul as
They look
much
cool.
weight as a Dodge Ram Tungsten Edition.
Oh my God.
Your favorite
Really?
truck? Your favorite truck? Yeah.
Really? Oh, wow. And only
I know how
for
much you
twice the
love.
price.
No, it's way more than that.
It's way more than twice. It's way more than $180,000. How much is it?
I maybe. I mean, a new Peterbilt is more than $180,000.
Well, I was just thinking that the Ram is the tungsten edition is like $90,000.
It's 90,000.
Yeah,
Um,
which is an insane write off. If you have
the
enough money for it. If you have enough
the
money, you can convince the
Tesla,
government that you're actually using that RAM for business. That's a really good write off on your taxes. But you have to be making a stupid amount of money for that
the
to,
cost
like a
of a
farmer.
Tesla semi is estimated to be around $250,000 for the 500-mile version. So there's that.
Two hundred and
I don't
fifty
know.
thousand.
Yeah, for a 500-mile range
Wow,
version.
that number really goes around. You know,
It does, doesn't
two
it?
hundred
You
and
really
fifty. He really likes it. Trump likes it
200 sell
too. He's very
250
excited for.
Teslas.
He's
Roadster
ex-
250. How can you
yeah.
ask for 250 for a Roadster, 250 for a Tesla truck, semi truck?
Well,
You
they're
know,
both as real. Actually, the semi trucks were it is more real. It does exist. It's just terrible. I remember the announcement.
uh,
The funniest
I'm
part
on
of
the
the
truck.
announcement. Do you
I,
when they announced the semi, they Elon Musk legitimately said in front of in front of a room of people with potentially working brains, that the windshield of the Tesla semi was thermonuclear bomb proof.
yeah, the rest of the truck's not, but the windshield is. No, I don't
Yeah,
know. That's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. It's a ridiculous claim.
it is a ridiculous claim. It's absolutely absurd. And I mean, it's like basically insulting. It's obviously a con. I can't even believe he would be able to say that on stage and not immediately be like, fined.
for being a liar.
Like it should be like an investigation opens. Like, we heard you say thermonuclear bomb proof on stage. We're just gonna start a suit, the state of California versus Elon Musk. This
Why
is
not? I
this
mean,
is like an obvious case of false advertising.